Time Travels, Exploration of Lives Remembered, Chapter 19, Removing Entities and Attachments. Unwanted Anger is the name of this chapter. Session story. Renee wants to know why she has so much anger inside and why she has very deep depression. She shares that she has a history of extremely violent childhood and multiple suicide attempts later in life. The theme is father-daughter. The medication she was placed on gave her suicidal ideation, so she stopped taking it. She battles with raging anger and feels she's literally at the end of her rope. When she meditates, she finds herself in a cave looking up at the white light outside the cave, but she can never leave the cave. And when she begins her past life regression, it is no surprise where she finds herself. Past life. Renee is in a cave staring out of the cave at the white light. A couple of people, she could not see their faces, pick her up and fly to the sky. I asked Renee to look at her feet. They are webbed with 3 to 4 talons. She is an owl. The people let her go. She flies away and lands on a mountaintop. We explore what it is like being an owl and seeing with this type of vision, as owls do. Subsequently, moving forward, she has baby owls. Then she sees her body on the ground. For some unknown reason, she fell down to the ground. She felt the lessons learned in that lifetime is that life is precious and short. It happened fast. The purpose of that lifetime was to know that those baby birds were the most significant reason for her life as a mother owl. Barbara, what happened to your soul after you died? Mother owl, I'm not sure. As you can imagine from her history, her ego is very protective of her. After dialoguing with the ego, it obliges to allow the higher self to come forward. Barbara, why did you show her that lifetime as an owl? Higher self, I wanted her to know the ancient time. Barbara, how does that apply to her current life? Higher self, don't get caught up in it, just one small portion of everything. The higher self identifies a form of interference. I asked the higher self to please check Renee's energy fields for any entities or attachments. Higher self, laughing. Yes, there are other energies around. Barbara, okay, please describe them for me. Higher self, a man, a big man. He's trying to come through here. Barbara, what is his name? Higher self, Fred. Barbara, how did Fred die in his past life? Higher self, heart attack. Barbara, and what was the year? Higher self, 1476. Barbara, how long has Fred been with her? Higher self, about 500 years. Barbara, what was the vulnerability that caused Fred to be attracted to Renee? Higher self, he's a father-like figure. He has a crown on his head. At this point, Renee is seeing him. Barbara, what was Renee's vulnerability that attracted her to him? Higher self, to be controlled. Barbara, did they have a past life together? Higher self, yes. Barbara, what was that relationship? Higher self, father. Barbara, and what was she? Higher self, the daughter. Barbara, what physical, emotional, or mental symptoms has this caused? Higher self, not good. Barbara, not good? What does that mean? Higher self, I don't have positive feelings from him. Barbara, why hasn't Fred gone into the light? Higher self, he's trying to stay here with me. Barbara, is he willing to go now? Higher self, okay. Barbara, I'm speaking to Fred directly now. Fred, can you look up and see the light? A powerful, energetic explosion occurs, emanating from Renee's body in an outward trajectory in all directions. As she begins to contort her body with a diabolical laugh, kicking off the blanket across the room. As the energy moves in a spherical outburst, it passes through my body. For the moment, I am pure consciousness, not holding on to or attaching myself to the energy. And in this moment, I'm able to interpret this experience as, this is cool, another form of love. Renee's legs and arms flail, violently pounding on the bed mattress. Her head moves side to side, and the laughter evolves into a screaming type, which I kept repeating in a loud voice, all right, all right. More laughter ensues. I state in a commanding voice, stop, stop now. Fred, with a fiendish laughing voice, I got through, I got through. Barbara, stop. Fred, more laughing. Barbara, stop. I repeat Renee's name very loudly. The laughter stops. I lower my voice and repeat Renee's name one more time. She gives 2 strong exhalations. In a commanding voice, I tell Renee to relax. Her breathing slows down. Barbara, Fred, it's time for you to go now. I'm asking Archangel Michael to escort Fred into the light. You must go now. Renee, more diabolical laughing and hissing sounds as she expels him through her lungs. The higher self are removing this energy, and Renee says she has shortness of breath. Barbara, Renee, you are fine. You are fine. Let him go. Let him go. Breathe deep. Let him go. He's leaving. I can feel the energy leaving your body. Now breathe nice and deep. Let him go. He's leaving. Let him go. Now, Renee is breathing deep and fast as if she just had run a marathon. Barbara, may I please speak to Renee's higher self? Higher self, yes. Barbara, how is she now? Higher self, good. Barbara, you're monitoring her body and her energy systems. Would you please confirm Fred is gone? Higher self, yes. Barbara, he's gone. Thank you. Would you please go through her body and energy systems and make any adjustments you need to do to bring her to that beautiful, calm, relaxed state? Let her know that everything is fine. She's done good work. Let me know when you're done. I ask the higher self to remove all attachments, cords, and implants from Renee and to send healing white light to seal the area. Barbara, do you find any other attachments in her body or energy fields? Higher self, yes. Barbara, please describe. Higher self, something attached pulling in here, pointing to the root chakra area at the bottom. Barbara, are you able to describe it for me? Higher self, I need to release it. Barbara, are you able to do that now for her? I ask you to do it gently, lovingly. Higher self, yes, it's gone. Barbara, thank you. What was it about? Higher self, it was an entity attached. Barbara, what was its purpose? Higher self, feeding off of her. Barbara, what was it receiving from her? Higher self, draining her energy. Barbara, did the entity go into the light? Higher self, yes. Barbara, as you go inside of her and look around, do you see any other entities or attachments? Higher self, no. Barbara, now we send love and respect to these entities and send them back home where they belong with much love. Renee begins shivering. Her higher self asks me to cover her with a blanket, and I do. I also ask the higher self to please stabilize her temperature and energy systems. Renee stops shivering immediately. The higher self says that the root cause of her depression was the attachments and that assuredly Fred will not be returning. We give our love and respect to the concept of Fred for the lessons he provided for her. We continue on with the session. The higher self conducts all of the healing and answers her questions. They complete the surrogate healings that she requested. Immediately after the hypnosis, while eating food, she comments that her reality no longer feels like a dream. She can now feel. And this is what her husband wrote to me the day after her session. I just wanted to say how grateful I am and can't express enough thanks for the positive change that has already occurred in my wife and all of us. You definitely have clients and friends for life, and I will be sending my family members to you also. I can't wait for my session. And there was a follow-up I did 2 days after the session, and I did the follow-up with using the phone. And this is what she says. I have a new life. My vibration is so high. I can feel love, give love, and receive love for the first time in my life. All my depression and anxiety are completely gone. My big concern was what it felt like for Renee to listen to her recording with the screaming Fred part. She replied, listening to the screaming entity leave my body brings me peace. I've been listening to my session recording over and over. The separation from the entity feels very positive and releasing. I am filled with great joy that the entity's soul is now into the light and is at peace. My higher self is showing me downloads and downloads of what I'll be creating next. Renee and her higher self did all the work. I was just a facilitator for the session.